taking names and reservations for our celebration, or Reformation celebration. So even if you don't buy any tickets today or buy a table, let Delana or the folks know that you're coming so they can make a reservation spot for you. The Lutheran movie is PG-13, so just be aware of that. We're going to have some childcare available, but it is a PG-13 movie. Just for a heads up on that as well. So this is an incredible day. Celebration of the dawn of the world, the beginning of the world, the creation of Adam and Eve. It's also the celebration of the festival of St. Francis. And St. Francis, many people see him as the man who loved animals and loved creatures. And it's got such an interesting story. It's even more interesting than that. Because he was a young man, a wealthy man, and born in a wealthy family, and his dad was one who made furniture and clothing. And Francis was growing up to be kind of a rich kid, and one day he was praying in church, and he looked up at the crucifix, and he heard a voice spoken to him in his heart, and it says, "Francis, fix my church. Fix my church." So with that, he went out into his dad's factory, started borrowing things, and he started redecorating and remodeling the church that he was at, which didn't go over real well with his dad. And so, but what he found was he wanted to be a servant. He wanted to be a servant. And so to do that, he thought, I'm going to give up my livelihood, my career, whatever everybody thinks I'm going to do, and I'm going to serve Christ and serve God. And so what he started doing, even before the animals, was he got together with some others who were like-minded, and they started carrying brooms. And they would go throughout the cities in Rome carrying brooms, and they would actually start sweeping and cleaning the streets and the churches. And so they took the brooms, went through, and so when people saw the Franciscans, who were named after St. Francis, Franciscans just wearing brown robes, not asking for any money, but people would put food money. They would put food out for them. And they would see that these Franciscans would come through the towns, they would sweep the streets, they would clean the churches and ask for nothing in return, and people would put food out for them. So it looked like they were living a life of poverty. They weren't. They were living a life of service. So they dedicated themselves to cleaning all the churches in Rome and cleaning the streets, and all the kind of became the first sanitation crew ever. And so this was 1184, like 340 years before Luther, 834 years ago. And so what they did is reminded us of what Adam and Eve didn't do. And that is to humble themselves. To humble themselves. And to humble ourselves doesn't mean to think lower of ourselves or to think little of ourselves. To humble ourselves means to be exactly where God put us, in partnership with Him for the world. God created us to be partners with Him. It says that God created us in His image. Not to be slaves, but to be partners with Him. And so what we've done in our world, it's not picked up the broom many times, so we've left it for someone else. But our calling is to pick up the broom, be part of this creation, be part of cleaning our world, be part of taking care of this wonderful planet that the Lord has given for us. So that's the call for us on this first day of creation, is to remember who we are. To humble ourselves means to lift ourselves up to the place where God made us, His workers. To lift ourselves up, to humble ourselves, to lift ourselves up, to put ourselves on the level that God created us. Not the level we think we are at, which is maybe up here, way down here, but right at the right spot, the right level where we're partners with God. To humble ourselves, to be right in the right place with God, to pick up our brooms. Whatever that means in our lives. Sometimes that means to take care of your neighbor's yard a little bit. Sometimes it means to take care of our own place. Sometimes it means to take care of a place that is badly in need of taking care of. And certainly to take care of our property here, to be involved in that. So today we're called to humble ourselves, to do what Adam and Eve never did, and to put ourselves back in the right place with God, the right standing with God, what God has given us to be in this creation for. So we celebrate this world. We are not condemned. We're not in a place of bondage or slavery. Christ has set us free to do what? To humble ourselves and live out our days in this world, however short they may be, in humbleness with God, in partnership with God, to be one with God working to take care of this wonderful, wonderful creation He's given us, and to celebrate each and every day of our life with God. So we're going to gather for a moment. We're going to celebrate our creation. We're going to bless our pets, all different kinds of pets here. And I'm going to give it one more time on my shofar. You have to take lessons. I haven't had the shofar lessons, but you have to take. Well, it's 2.5. We got 98 more to go. Let the New Year party begin. It is Rosh Hashanah. It is a great day for us to celebrate with our brothers and sisters, and our creation is wonderful. New Year's. This is the new year that God has given us, and so we celebrate today. We're going to have our pets come around this way. If you want to bring your pets around, we have bandanas and gifts for them. And stop by, grab some water. I have holy water. We're going to bless them. And if there's any particular need that you have for your pets, any ailments, let me know, and we'll pray for that ailment as well. So, band, are you ready? Band.